The dragon's path is not always that easy. It's very easy to say, of course, to say, yeah, I'm in the dragon's path and actually I believe in dragons, but there is much more to it. It's an entire journey that you have to take. Entire journey that you have to take inside of a spiritual path, but also inside of your own mind. Because your mind will have it rough at moments when you are inside of the dragon's path. It's not simple believing. It is not simple trusting that the dragon is by your side. It is an entire experience. And one of these experiences are that you will have a moment that you can feel your dragon. But it's not always just feeling them, that they are by your side. There is much more than just feeling that they are there. It is also an evolution of your own self and your own mind. An evolution that you take inside of a spiritual journey. But that is because the dragon sometimes comes with us and let themselves be known in a way that you will eventually know, and that is that you will feel what they are thinking, but also feel what they have for emotions. In emotions that they have will completely be something that you can feel. The emotions of a dragon can be very, very strong, and it will translate themselves into human proportions, and this human proportions will be huge. It will be huge, that you will eventually feel the emotions of the dragon, and you will copy these emotions that you will have, and you might not know where these emotions come from. These emotions come from your dragon, but they will let themselves be known if these emotions will talk to you, and your emotions will talk to your dragons. That is why a dragon witch will become an empath, and a very much an empath that you can feel and detect much more than just the dragon's energy, but also what they are thinking and also what they are feeling. Their emotions are immensely strong. This is not a religion where you have you just have to have blind faith in. You can question yourself in everything, in what is happening inside of your dragon's path. Like I said, every path is different and every emotion can be different, but it can be so darn heavy to handle, heavy to care, heavy to be there by yourself alone with these emotions that you have coming from the dragon by your side. This is not a god that is just commanding you what you have to do. This can be very difficult at times, where you can feel the dragon as well by your side, and this can be very emotional. But my emotions in the first time were conflicting against each other. That means that you can have multiple dragons by your side that can have multiple emotions, that can be so proud to find you again. For example, the dragon knows that you agree for them to be with you, that you finally agree with your dragon's path, that you open the gate for them. Then you might feel relief and happiness, and the other times you can feel that the dragon is disappointed in you, that the dragon doesn't that the dragon expected you to open this gate far sooner. And the other side, you can have a dragon that is more like a mom to you, that wraps her wings around you, and the other ways that is still a dragon that is still upset about death. And it's a whirlpool of emotions that you can have. Most of the emotions that you will feel will be from the dragon that is your awakener. Your awakener will be the first dragon that you will ever feel. Your awakener is the one that awakens your draconic energy. And this will also be the one that leaves something from himself behind. Also the emotions that he or she will have will remain with you forever. So everything, you are connected. You are connected with each other until forever. Also, every relationship that you will have with every single kind of dragon, the dragon spirit or the dragon god, you will have a different kind of relationship with every single dragon. No matter it will be a mom or a dad or a brother or a sister, a relationship like a lover, or maybe something different, a friend that you can have. They will all feel different. So the emotions as well. You can never be prepared for the emotions that you will have from the dragon. It will always be a whirlpool. And that is why the first 7 years on my dragon's path was just inside of darkness, inside of total darkness. I didn't know what was going on when the dragon was here. The dragon was by my side, but the dragon had multiple kind of emotions, and I sometimes could not handle these emotions. It was far too strong for me to handle. I'm just a human. Sometimes I say this to my dragons, that my limit is reached. Please don't go on, because I cannot handle these tests that you are giving me. I said, I didn't know that these were the emotions that my dragons were having by my side. I could not handle it. All of these nightmares, all of these things that I saw, all of these, when I closed my eyes, all of these emotions were just one big giant whirlpool that I could not create balance inside of it. I could not create my own path in it. So I said to my dragon, please, no more, because I could not handle what the dragons were saying to me inside of emotions. Sometimes you can say this to your dragon when you cannot handle this anymore. You sometimes say to your dragon that you reached your limits, because sometimes dragons don't realize it, that you reached your limits, and sometimes the dragons just, most of the time, the dragon cannot help it. You are so down connected with each other, with your own spirit, with your own draconic energy that they awakened with them, that you are connected with each other. So whatever they are feeling, sometimes they cannot, most of the time, they cannot help it that you feel the same. But you are just a human in this world. You are just a human. You sometimes just cannot handle it. And it can be very deceiving. It's very confusing. Confusing. That is actually the word that fits all the first 7 years of my dragon's path. Confusing. Searching down for people who can say much more about this path, but no one could say anything, simply because every single one of us have a different kind of path and a different kind of an awakener and a different kind of God. And so we cannot say this to each other, you have to do this or that. You just need to feel it, what you have to do, what you can do. Sometimes the dragons talk to us, and their best way of talking to us is through emotions. These emotions that you sometimes don't want to feel, that you might change you even. But in the end, it is the best way of communication with your dragon. That are the emotions that you can feel. The best way of communicating with your dragon. And the best way that you will know that the dragon is close to you. That your emotions are just one big mess, and emotions that are very, very big, that you can sometimes have cold hands or things that when a dragon is nearby, when a spirit is nearby, but you can, in this way, your own mind will be totally messed up when your dragon, especially in the first time, the first thing that came to mind when I was awakened, feeling of relief, happiness, desire, like a block fell off my shoulder. That is what I could feel with my dragon. That was not my emotions. My emotions were just becoming like this because my dragon was saying the same thing. The same, like it was a relief finally that you opened the gate. This love that I had for the dragon was also something that my dragon was saying to me, and that is what you can have. That is when your dragon comes to you, this relief, this love, this desire, it can come from them, that you are just feeling the same thing, that you are just feeling them whenever they are close, that you feel their desire, that you feel their love, that you feel whenever they are close, that you want to go on the dragon's path, that you can feel your dragon's emotions. And the emotions of a dragon that I could not understand in the beginning. I was always told that the dragon was an animal, a beast, without even emotion. But the emotions like this is far beyond humans, is far beyond anything on this world. They are so wise, they are so old, they are so one with nature, they are so one with the elements. And their emotions is where our emotions are based on. That is what they have when they are close, that you can feel their emotions, that you can feel whenever they are close. And that is where you have to listen, where you can listen to. If you don't know what you have to do next on your dragon's path, just remain silent. And what kind of emotions do you have? Question yourself this. What kind of feelings do you have? What kind of instincts you have, what your instincts, what is your gut saying to you. That is sometimes when I say to you, trust your own feelings, trust your instincts, because this is the best way to follow the dragon, because this eventually will follow the dragon in whatever they are feeling. And you are connected with each other. So whenever you are feeling the dragon, this is your feeling as well. They are just telling this to you, telling what you are feeling, your draconic energy that lives within you. So your best way of following the dragon is to follow your own instincts, because eventually it will become draconic instincts that you will have. The more that the dragon is with you, the more they touch you, the more you will be awakened, the more you will feel the dragon inside of everything, inside of you, your mind, your spirit, everything. The more you will grow inside of your dragon's path. Sometimes it's just very heavy when a dragon is nearby and they have this emotion that you cannot hold back. When you start to cry, when sometimes I start to cry, I'm an old man. Most of the time I just don't cry, but sometimes when my dragon is close by and I close my eyes, these emotions make me cry. These emotions make me anger myself. Anger, sadness, every kind of emotion that you have will be extra large when the dragon is nearby. Shows you that the dragon is very close to you. But you don't have to hold back, because these emotions in itself, these emotions are the ones that opens gates, because it's so great, that it's so draconic, it's so much more magic. Your emotions are becoming magic. That is why you can become a dragon witch, because your mind, it's pure power, it's fueled with power. And when you let it go, all of it go, when you let your emotions go, and when you even put it inside of rituals or things like this, it will become pure dragon magic.